Hello, this is Tom Hepp. I'm here showing off Axiom Verge as it currently is on the Vita. So please excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold, and also I'm trying to record this using my camera, which I've never actually used before, so giving it a shot. Hopefully it comes out pretty clearly. So let's see. First of all, you can see my reflection. Yeah, all the save load stuff carries through pretty much normally. Probably if we do cross save with PS4, that'll happen later in a patch. Right now we're just trying to get this out the door. So here we go. Camera's going to focus in on that dirt whenever it goes to a black screen. So this is one of the things that Tom Spillman is working on. Tom Spillman over at Sickhead Games, doing the whole port. Primary thing, gotta optimize saving and loading, that sort of thing. So, you know, the Vita is quite a bit less powerful than the PlayStation 4. So you end up having to spend a lot of time optimizing things like the save, or the loading of assets, and general things like you know, loading new rooms when going from one screen to another. So it's pretty far, as you can see. We've got the whole dialogue systems working. Trying to see how clearly I can get this to show up on my little camera LCD. So yeah, when it went dark like that, you could see in the corner these buttons. These are the touchscreen buttons that we implemented to take over the fact that there's actually no there's going to be no trigger buttons or analog stick presses available on the Vita. So we worked around it by adding these 4 buttons up here, down here. So those take care of the address disruptor, not the address disruptor, yeah, address disruptor, address bomb, and the quick select 1 and 2 by default. You can actually remap them to whatever you want. So here we have the game in all its pixelated glory. So one good thing about the Vita is that it's actually exactly the resolution that the game is running at. The game runs at 40 by 272, and then it upscales it to 960 by 544 for all the like scan line effects, or for when you're in a boss room and it zooms out. So you're not missing anything, you know, resolution-wise from the Vita. There's no clipping or anything like that going on. We did have to make some concessions, just in terms of performance. So there's basically, you know, there's normally like a Gaussian blur going on, and you know, assorted other like distortion effects that like are, you can probably see them in a video this big on your computer monitor, but when you play on a Vita, like, you really you know, can't tell that they're happening at all. So it's sort of not useful to have them. So we got a big performance boost from just cutting out those. We might put them back again as we find out. So like a lot of this process is, as you can see, the game runs. It's just about like finding additional bugs, trying to, you know, up the performance as much as we can. You know, get it to a usable point. Things like those little pauses between rooms, those were originally much more pronounced, but Tom Spillman's been able to reduce those quite a bit. So You know, I'm really a fan of Tom and Sickhead Games. They, you know, although it's taken almost a year to get this Vita version of Axiom Verge running, really this is quite a remarkable feat. It's running natively, no virtual machine going on, and you know, this is a reproducible thing. He's already ported Towerfall using this same compiler, and you know, this could theoretically work on any other you know, C# XNA type of game. So you know, it was a long time coming, but it's going to be worth it, you know, in the future, like years down the road, when we're talking about, you know, PlayStation 5 and Xbox 2 or whatever the heck they call it. You know, those types of things, like, we'll be able to actually build for those, release the same games in their original state and not be beholden to Xamarin. So you saw that there was like a little hitch there. That's probably, I'm guessing, the garbage collector realized, you know, hey, now's a good time to clean up all these, you know, additional. Every bullet I've been firing is, I'm sure, creeping up in the memory cost, and on a PS4 it would never, you know, get to a point where it needed to garbage collect, but on the Vita it does. So things like that are what we're trying to clean up now. There's some places in here where you can get a crash, not in this beginning area, but later on when I do things like create and destroy render targets on the fly. We have some crashes that we have to solve. There's some slowdown when you get to the larger bosses that have, you know, the multiple parts and the large, you know, zooming in, zooming out effect on the screen. So I figure I'll play up to this boss and to the room past it, and that'll hopefully be enough to give you an idea, like, where it's currently at. Crap, I'm trapped. So yeah, this boss is basically as you remember him if you ever played the PS4 or PC versions of the game. I'm recording while doing this. It's taking a little bit of my attention. My head is a little foggy from cold medicine, as well as, you know, I'm sure the sinus infection or whatever I've got going on here. I'm actually playing through my camera screen. So, oops. It's a little bit easy to hit that analog stick there. So, any comments you have about, you know, the Vita controls? We did the face buttons because the rear touch is, you know, it's a little bit too easy to accidentally hit that. But you know, in terms of accidentally hitting, you know, it's going to be different for everyone. Like, I keep on hitting this thing by accident. So we decided to go for the front, but we might make it just so that you can map it to the back if you like, left and right side, to do whatever weapons. I did remap the default drill remapping to the right button, just because, you know, it's a bit easier than reaching over and pressing this. So we do have some work to do. We appreciate that you know, sticking with us all this time, and yeah, go ahead and leave comments galore. This is Tom Happ signing out for Axiom Verge Vita.